I got a phone call this morning. I've talked to this fella plenty of times in the past, numerous times in the past, and he used to be in a very successful junk removal service, is what he told me. And now he's struggling just to make money, and not because the economy. And it's maybe something you won't want to do. Doing this right now. I'm back again. I was reconnecting for a second. So I want to talk to you about a friend that I have. He's across the country in another state. What's up? On the way, junk removal. Woo-woo! Good morning, guys. Good morning. So I want to talk about this. Alex, ¿qué pasó, GM? ¿Qué pasó, GM? ¿Qué pasó, amigo? I want to talk about this fella, and this is a junk removal service that we know. We actually know who they are. They're not in our mindset group. It's an outside company that I've talked to for years, and I've given them advice. So about a year and a half ago, 2024, early 2020, late 2023, I talked to this fella, and he was very successful. He had been doing junk removal for 3 years. And he said that his area is getting really busy and that he managed to grow his brand name in 3 years, 2 or 3 years that he's been there, into a household name supposedly in his area. And I told him, well, what are your plans? He goes, Ricardo, I just want to ask your advice. Should I expand my business? Should I go buy more trucks, more trailers? And what should I do? Should I buy an NPR? And at that time, I told him, listen, bro, get a box truck, stay in a box truck, get a box truck, and just do that. Don't bother getting an NPR, nothing like that. Get you something that will last, right? And let me tell you what this guy did. In less than a year, and I'm telling you, he told me that by himself, a truck and a trailer, he had a Ford F-250, an old 7.3, really great truck. And he told me that he pulled an enclosed trailer with it, which was my original truck. He said, but he's really ready to move on and ready to grow his business. And I said, you need to slow down. And what do you make a year? You know, what do you make? Orson's calling me on the other line. What do you make a year in junk removal, right? What do you make a year in junk removal? And he told me by himself with this truck and his trailer that he was making about $325,000, okay? $325,000. And that he had been doing really good. Can you believe that? And his plan was to hire more employees. Now, he had never hired any employee. He actually had his cousin that would help him out whenever he got busy. But he said he made $325,000 last year in 2023. And he's talking to me late 2023. And I said, brother, you never know how business is going to go. If I was you, wait out the storm, be a little better, you know, get some money. I asked, he made $325,000. I asked him how much he had in the bank, and he said about $20,000. So just kind of tell you about his expenses. By the way, he was 100% buying ads from Google. He was doing his own thing. He kind of understood it. And he understood. What's up, Jeffrey? Great advice. Yeah, slow down. Great advice. Yeah, slow down, man. Don't get into over your head on this deal. Just after 3 years, man, I would not expand this business, I told him. And he said, well, you know, Ricardo, I've done all I can do. And I'm like, $20,000 in the bank. You know, I remember saving $80,000 at one point in my junk removal service, like after 8 years. It took me a long time to save that money. And maybe 10 years it took me to save that money. I don't know. It took me a long time to save that money. That's a lot of money. And I remember telling him, bro, if you could just wait out your business, wait until you get the 5th or 6th year, and then if the business is the same, you never know what's going to go on with the economy. You never know how business is going to change. You never know if your employees are going to be good people, if they're going to take care of your vehicles, blah, blah, blah. I gave him the whole spiel. Well, he did not listen. He calls me yesterday. I couldn't talk to him yesterday, so we had a good talk this morning while I was at the gym. And this is what he said. He ended up buying 2 box trucks at an auction, the same auction I buy my box truck, which was really, really cool. And he got them really cheap, $4,000. The other one was $4,900. So 2 box trucks. One had a little problem with it overheated, so he had to replace it. Anyway, he got a good deal. And with these 2 box trucks, he hired 2 more gentlemen, 1 per truck. As he's growing his business, he's realizing the expenses that he takes on with his business. See, guys, what I want to tell you is that he never was surpassing 10 or 12 jobs. He never did that. I asked him, I said, how many jobs are you averaging? He said 5 or 6, Ricardo. And I know if I bring another crew in, he didn't bring 1 crew, he brought 2 crews in. He said, if I bring another crew in, I know that I can sit in the office and then I can do jobs. I'm still gonna work, Ricardo. I'm gonna be just like you. And I'm like, okay, you're gonna be just like me here in Texas, I guess. Here's what happens. My boy was always averaging 5 or 6 jobs. He was never averaging 10 or 12, 9 or 12. He was never doing that. When he hired this guy and then bought the 2 trucks and hired 2 trucks, each truck was doing 1 or 2 jobs. He wasn't doing anything different. And he even told his employees, hey guys, y'all need to post on Craigslist, y'all need to post social media. They weren't doing that. He was trying to grow his business, and he thought bringing in more people that they would do the same job that he would do online. His profit, Jeffrey, yes. Oh my God. He said his profit was decreasing so much. His revenue was still high. His profit was just nothing. He said sometimes they would go do a $3,000 job and he would do a $2,000. They bring $5,000 in one day. All he'd make was like $1,100 at the end of the day. Why? I'm gonna tell you why. These vehicles, even though they're paid for, you gotta pay for insurance. You gotta pay for fuel. You gotta pay for employees. You gotta pay for employees' maintenance that they're not gonna take care of your vehicle. You gotta pay for drivetrain. You gotta pay for employees stealing. You gotta pay for employees going to drop off furniture at their house. You gotta pay for stuff like that. You gotta pay for efficiency. You gotta pay for that. You gotta pay for employees backing up and hitting someone's truck. You gotta pay for that. You gotta pay for employees moving a piano, hitting the wall, scratching the floor like I did. You gotta pay for that. Everything has an expense. Everything. You gotta pay for blowouts. You gotta pay for tires. You gotta pay for transmission. You gotta pay for trucks. Guys, these trucks don't have AI installed. They don't artificially, intelligently clean themselves and fix themselves. You know what I mean? You have to be able to know and to realize that expenses are going to come out of nowhere. Then he told me the cardinal sin. Now, one of his employees, these trucks are diesel, by the way, the box trucks are diesel, and then one of his employees put gas into the truck by mistake. He put about 8 gallons of gas in there when he finally found out that he messed up. It was just a total mess. And he blew out, the engine, and it set him down like $6,000. More employees, more crews, more expenses, same business. And the more that you spend to make more money, the more that you spend to bring in more customers, the more that you expand to expand your business, the more expenses you're going to get. The more it's going to hit the bottom line. Your revenue will still be high, but your bottom line will fail you. This is what I told my buddy. What's up, OC Mikes? Decreasing expenses is the best way for long-term success. Yeah, junk removal, hauling, net profit my friends, is the only way. It's the only way. So I told my buddy, I said, so what happened when your guy, when his truck broke down? He said, oh, well, I didn't want to give him any time off, so he just moved to another truck. I said, well, how many jobs are y'all doing? He goes, well, Ricardo, we're still doing 5 to 6 jobs a day. And I'm like, brother, you are doing 5 or 6 jobs yourself. This guy's 38 years old. He's very capable of doing this himself. I was just disappointed with the whole fact. Yeah, dude, I'm driving, look. I was just disappointed in the whole fact that he don't pay attention. And it's disappointing that I lay out the blueprint, I give the code, I give the way to do this, and he doesn't follow instructions. I told him this. If you and your crews in one day make $3,000, I want you to understand this. I told him, I said, if you, in your truck, and your other truck with the 2 guys in it, because your other truck's broken down right now, it's $6,000. It just broke down recently to fix it. He said this is what I told him. I said, if I go out by myself, like I do Junk Guys, because listen, I'm in my van today. If I go out and I make $1,500 in one day, myself, and they go out and make $3,000, my expenses are going to be about $120 for the whole day. But their expenses might be about $1,500. I'll actually make more money than they will. And it's sad to say that they had a 3-man crew and I had a 1-man crew. But that's the fact, and that's the truth. That is absolutely the truth. Do not make these mistakes in junk removal if you're thinking of expanding your business. I made them once, I learned, and I said I'll never hire another crew. I have all these trucks and trailers sitting on my property and stuff, but I'm never going to do it again. You know? Guys, before you expand your business that's doing 4 to 6 jobs, let me tell you something. And I'm not going to bullshit you. Junk Guys Frisco, in Frisco, Texas, averages 7 to 9 jobs daily. Daily. My son this morning has 8 jobs. This morning. He called me and said, Ricardo, Dad, can you help me out? I said, son, I have a booked schedule. I have 5 jobs on the schedule today. I can't help him out. He's like scrambling to go get one of his buddies to help him out, another junk removal company. I average right now, I've been averaging 5 to 7 jobs daily. My son does 7 to 9 daily. If your business is doing 7 to 9 jobs daily, and you have a 2-man crew, something's wrong. I'm sorry, guys. I want to say that something's wrong. Why can I do it myself and you can't do it? Am I a better worker than you? No. Am I more efficient? Maybe. Am I tougher? Am I work harder than nobody? Come on, get out of here, guys. Come on. Don't do that. The fact is this, is a lot of people don't realize that growing and expanding your business in the long run will cost you way too much money. Do it yourself, and when you're averaging maybe 12 jobs a day and you want to give yourself a break and you want to have your other crew do 6, and maybe. But I'm going to tell you guys, growing and expanding your business will cost you money. Cost you money. I'm about to arrive at my first job. I'm right off the exit here, guys. Take care of yourselves this week. It's going to be a very busy week for us. And here's what's crazy. It's supposed to freeze over tomorrow. And I have a full schedule tomorrow. And I don't know why people would book on such a horrible week. But maybe I'll cancel them, or maybe I won't. By the way, I went to go see the Titanic exhibition here in Dallas yesterday. It was really, really cool. Really cool. I drive a van. Look, I drive a van. Anyway, I got to go do a full house clean out. I got Orson from Junk Guys. What is it called? Fuck. GPTX Junk Removal. We'll see what happens. See you later, guys. Bye-bye. Call from Madison.